We're so pleased to welcome today Jody Swenson, who's going to be performing tonight at the Hollywood Bowl with the Los Angeles Philharmonic. So I'm so excited you could stop by and spend the day with us before going to your show.
I'm happy to be here.
And I have tickets. I'm going to be there tonight to watch your show. So
Great.
I hope I'm going to be front row. So have you had any time to enjoy Los Angeles?
Not much, but I have been here before. I always loved coming back to LA because the weather is so fabulous compared to being in London in the winter or Vienna where it's nothing but clouds or rain. So
come on, give me some what I can look forward to tonight, some glimpses into what highlights are going to be, what you're going to be singing tonight.
Well, probably the centerpiece of my performance tonight is a work by Samuel Barr, 1915, and it's really just a fabulous work for soprano and orchestra based on some prose by James Agee from his book Death in the Family. And it's really quite lovely. It's a memory piece, and very poetic, very visually oriented towards the memories of a little boy in the Old South of just a summer night, and it just evokes the images so vividly, and the music is absolutely gorgeous. It's a thrill to sing it every time I get the chance.
So let me ask you, I've seen some of your theater performances also. And do you really still kind of get into character? Because there's a story behind pretty much every song that you're singing.
Absolutely. You know, there's a lot of similarities between creating a character for the theater and creating something on stage as a singer, even when you're doing concert music, which is not in the middle of a piece, but you're still creating a vision. You still have to crawl inside of it in very much the same way you would do as an actor. And depending on the piece, like tonight, it's more like reciting poetry. But there are other pieces which are definitely, so it's more internal and just facial, but you definitely do it.
Do you feel better about your performance when you've reached like an emotional climax? I mean, I've seen you get really emotional in some of your songs. Or does that actually distract from your singing ability? Please excuse me for being naive, but I'm not an opera singer, so
Right.
I'm asking.
Well, you know, there's always this fine line that you don't want to cross because you want to be as much in the moment of the piece as you possibly can be. But because you are also having to sing, you can never go quite as far as you could in a straight theater piece, because you can never pass that point where your throat will start to constrict, or you just simply won't be able to sing. But that doesn't mean you don't put just as much heart into it. You just have to find a different way to do it.
Since you brought up your throat, I have to ask, how do you preserve your voice? How do you save it when you're having to do so many performances in a row? Or did you just not talk to people all throughout the day? It's like, nope, I'm performing at night, so I don't talk to anyone during the day.
If I'm doing a work that's extremely strenuous, I probably would rest vocally somewhat. I would try not to have 2-hour conversations on the telephone, but most of it is just getting enough sleep, drinking a lot of water, very basic things, and just taking care of yourself so you stay healthy. It's very much an athletic activity, just like a runner or any other kind of athlete. I mean, your vocal cords are in the end just 2 muscles, and you have to train them properly and take care of them properly and use them properly. And if you do that,
It's traveling. There must come a point when but would that mean kind of the end to the development of your career when you say, okay, no more traveling? It's going to be very limited. I mean, there must come a point when you just want to kind of settle down and stop traveling so much.
well, that point hasn't come yet, but I am lucky in that I love to travel, but I do try to manage my career a little bit at this point to give myself time off, not only to rest my voice, but to rest me and to do the other things that are difficult. You know, there have been times, and I was married once before, and that really was a big problem for us, and one that we were never able to surmount.
Probably the only way is if they would be able to travel with you to really maintain the relationship. Probably.
Yeah.
For some artists, that's the case.
When you travel as much as you do when you're doing this kind of singing and stage work, because you go places and you just don't go out of town for a week. You know, you go out of town for 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Which I think would be a wonderful benefit as a celebrity as you are. Are you pretty